Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing, Mudit?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay, good.
How are you?
Yeah, good here. So sorry, those who wanted to come to Triple IT last week, I could not meet. But definitely we can plan this weekend if any one of you want to visit
Yes, sir.
Good
I
morning,
would
sir.
like to visit.
सर वेयर
Triple IT.
चलो सर चलो
मैं तो यहीं पे हूँ, मैं कहाँ जाऊँगा, तुम आ जाओ.
Say Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, this weekend. So it depends, where you guys live.
सर there is any planning to reopen the triple IT?
We don't have any plans so far, but we are trying that. At least the next semester, you can probably visit campus and probably work from here. So we are trying our best. It will take time. Okay, so let's get started. So, okay, please guess
This
today's
is a
topic.
square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one,
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can
rectangle.
you guess where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The
And
arch.
you guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square
Oh,
hole.
God.
So yeah, so what is today's topic?
Loopholes in the interface.
Loophole in the interface. So first, let me acknowledge and thanks. I forgot the name. Someone from your class has shared this video with me, and he in fact there are two people have shared because this video will be very interesting. In fact, very useful as well in this context.
It was viral on Instagram also. I also
Yeah,
seen
it
this.
was viral. But yeah, so feel free to share. If any interesting video you encounter, I will be very happy to. I'll be very happy to include in the class lecture. So regarding acknowledgement, I will add probably after the class. But so thanks to them. Thanks to them. So yeah, what is the loophole in the interface, right? What else? What is the? We are talking about in general.
It's like designer wants something else to happen, but user is using in some other way. Like in this video, the designer designed other shapes also, but everything can went through that square one only.
Right, right. So ideally, if it was semicircle, then probably it shouldn't have gone through the square, right? Or something like that. At least there should not be ambiguity where the user get confused how to use the interface, right? So yeah, so in today's talk, we are going to talk about interface. As you know, interface is one of the key component of your system because you interact with the system, right? And how do you interact with the system? Through some interfaces, right? What are the different interfaces you are aware of? Any example, anything you have in mind? How do you interact with the what are the different interface you encounter, they use to interact with the system?
Touch based, voice based.
Touch based, voice based. Very nice, very nice. What else?
So would keyboard be included?
Key-based keyboard.
Very nice. So in a way, you just see, we are going to study today. So what are the different interface types are? We're going to highlight the main design and the research consideration for each of the different interfaces that you're going to study. And we consider which interface is the best for given application, because one interface, for example, voice based, may be good for in some case, but not in the others. For example, you are in class, right? You won't prefer using the voice based interface as compared to probably probably in the hospital or probably in the your say house, right? So again, interface depends on, I mean, what kind of application is, what the context and the environment is as well. So they're mainly, I mean, again, there is a very large list of interfaces that you can see, but majority of them you can at least can see here, like 20 interface types are like, it could be command, it could be graphical, it could be VR, a web, mobile application, voice, touch, pen, haptic, shareable, or even the brain computer interaction which are happening these days. Are you aware of any brain computer interaction based interface or system?
Sir, could you please repeat it?
Are you aware of any brain computer interaction?
So Neuralink.
Okay, so what does it do?
सर इट बेसिकली कनेक्ट्स टू योर, बेसिकली उसमें जो छोटे छोटे माइक्रो फाइबर्स वाली वायर होती हैं वो आपके ब्रेन पे बैठती हैं एंड जहाँ जहाँ पे एक पर्टिकुलर पार्ट में इंसर्ट होता है ये, तो जहाँ जहाँ पे ना जैसे किसी को अगर एल्जाइमर्स या फिट्स आते हैं तो उसमें ना गलत न्यूरल इम्पल्सेस जा रहे होते हैं गलत पार्ट ऑफ ब्रेन में, तो ये उसे ना काउंटर कर देता है, तो उसे में प्रिवेंट कर देता है बहुत सारी चीज़ें। तो एंड मतलब दे आर ट्राइंग टू मेक इट यू नो कि सो दैट आप टेलीपैथिकली अपने कार को खोल सकते हो, बट वो मतलब एक्सटेंशन है, अब तक हुआ नहीं है, but they are planning for brain computer interaction actually.
Alzheimer's is the end goal,
पेसमेकर
but
भी कह
currently
सकते हैं
we
हम
can
कि ब्रेन कंप्यूटर इंटरेक्शन है।
Yeah, so you have given a good example. In fact, there are many such others. So another thing you may have think of something, or have you heard of something called Muse?
No sir.
Okay, so Muse is another one through which, I mean, you try to sense what is happening. And so anyways, I mean, there are number.
Sir, like on a daily basis, like something like this is all brain and computer interaction takes place in many hospitals also.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so while going through certain medical procedures, we often use computers in order to see what's going on in the brain. So like that is
Exactly.
also interaction between the brain and the computer.
Yeah.
MRI, I think.
Okay, so yeah, this first simplest one you aware of command line, right? So for example, how many of you use I mean the Linux? Could you do +1 who use Linux? Very few. I mean, that's not good to see. I mean, still given the class strength, I believe these numbers are very less. I mean, you should start using Linux for several reasons. I mean, earlier, one of the biggest hurdle people had using Linux is they don't provide the GUIs. But now even they have solved this problem, right? I mean, with the Linux, they provide a very good GUIs, and you can use that.
So even they
So if you're not using
some packages now.
Right. So if you don't use, I strongly encourage you. So I strongly encourage you to use your either use dual boot. So or probably you just use some VM through which you can have Linux inside your Windows if you don't want to give up your Windows, because it basically, especially if you are in computer science, especially if you deal with EC or something, I mean, even later on you're going to deal with AI or machine learning, most of the programming that you're going to do, right? It is very essential that you get a good command over the, despite, I mean, you have a good UIs, despite you have good GU, despite you have your very good GUIs, but it's good to have. So okay, so use Linux if you're not doing it. I think it's very beneficial. It's even I think you're aware of the Windows is somehow derived from Linux, right? Are you aware of?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so we were referring to, yeah, so today, so those who joined late, we are talking about interfaces. So there are several ways, just to summarize. There are several interfaces that you see in your system, be it like command prompt, GUI, probably the web, mobile, voice-based, touch, or probably many other ways you can think of. So the first one is like command line interface, right? So you can simply give some commands. So benefit is like these are efficient, precise, and fast, right? Just simply click, for example, For example, you click OK, so it will execute the command and do the everything. Or probably you just type the ls and click, it will list all the files in the directory, right? But what is the major drawback of this? That I mean, a large overhead in learning set of commands, right? Once you start using Linux, I mean, I think it's a bit overhead, but you'll enjoy using it. So so use it. I mean, some set of commands are, I think, and even in the Windows, you use a number of shortcut, right? A kind of command, right? Can you tell me some shortcut for, I mean, minimizing everything in one go?
Yes, sir. Windows D.
Very nice. How about sharing my screen with some projector, because you will be keep doing once you join IIIT Delhi here.
So screen sharing is some keyboards already have dedicated key for it.
Very nice. Yeah. So what is the benefit? I mean, you don't need to recall all the commands. Simply press the key and you can get it done, right? So often, I mean, these kind of commands, I mean, include a lot of, you can say, the complex instruction in the background. So you get rid of that. Simply just press ls and you'll get everything, all the files in the directory. Similarly, I mean, you can see here, so it's a second live command line based interface for visually impaired people. So this is one of the example, but there are many others. Navigation, I mean, navigation based software, or probably the systems are getting built for the people who cannot see. Even we are working with one of the not startup, I would say the NGO, who are trying to build a mobile app which can help in better navigation to user using AI. So for example, if some obstacle is in front of you, or probably something is coming in front of you, or something, I mean, you can think of like, so there is a kind of pit, or probably the, I mean, a hole, the manhole is open and so on. So all these thing you can think of, you can do. So the thing is, you need to think about the research and design consideration you have to do, or you have to consider while building such interfaces. So be it could be a form, name types, or structure are the basically the key research question. And it is very important to keep it consistent, because consistency is the one of the most important design principle. Because, and why do you need to keep it consistent? For example, if you're making command, so always use command like first letter of the command for for issuing some command. So consistency, again, it's not only always limited to the interface, but it is basically followed and practiced in general as well. So be it in terms of UI as well, be it in terms of command, be it in terms of anything that you see. For example, if you have a Windows, a browser, right? If you open one tab, then probably just open another, you don't see a kind of a huge difference between two browsers, two tabs, right? I mean, they look same, unless, I mean, you open some specific website from that. Same true for command, or probably the other interface as well. So for example, if you're building basically the command for say copy, so what do you think, I mean, the first letter would be? C, right? Similarly, paste. So it depends how you define it. So sometimes people make it V or P, it depends on. So for example, if you have to print something, just make it P. So another one of the very popular interface is GUI, which has basically changed the way we interact with the computers, right? Change the way any interactive products are built. So if you recall, in the earlier lectures, we have discussed about Xerox Star, right? That is one of the, I mean, the first Vim based Vim that give rise to the GUI. What is Vim? Anyone? What do you think about Vim? What is Vim here?
So I think it is given window icon when you point it.
Exactly. So Vim stands for VW, that is Windows, icons, menus, and pointing device. So using these four, you can basically provide a very good GUI to the user, right? Like using a window, you can see in a window you have a number of things. Icons, basically some a shortcut or probably some button where you can click and get something done. Menus, it's more like you give a kind of list of options that can be scaled through, and because you can have like hierarchical menus, like open menu, then further it can go down, give some different options and so on. Pointing device is like a mouse controlling that cursor, which help you to select one of the option from the given all the option that you have, right? So it's basically a point of entry to the windows, menus, and action on the screen. So always recall about Vim, whether you are providing this in your system or not. So this is one of the first generation of GUI that, if you recall. So for example, if you have to select which days, which week, or probably what is the size, and so on, and in this way you can think of. So it's basically creating a calendar. Similarly, you can see the interface here. So when you have the smartwatch, I mean, you have only one action you can show in that interface like this. If you have probably two actions, then probably you can show like this. And if you have probably three, you can show like this, and probably you can think of other. So for example, if you have this much screen, you have 10 actions to show. How you'll do?
We can scroll down.
So will you fit
Scroll
all 10
down.
here? Will you fit?
Scroll down, sir.
Yeah, so scroll could be one option, but how does the people know they have to scroll? In that case, what you will have to do?
You'll have to have an affordance of a scroll bar at the side.
Exactly. So that at least can see in the interface and realize if there is a scroll bar, it means, I mean, probably we need to go down, right? What else can be done?
So we can point the arrow of up and down at the corner of the screen. So the user can get a hint to scroll down, how to scroll down, or touching it to get to the another screen.
So your interface should be very intuitive, right? It should be very intuitive and easy to use and so on. And it should give a very clear action. I mean, how the user can use it, right?
Sir, can we take an example of like this? Like we can swipe up at the left and right. That's also.
Yeah, of course. I mean, depends on, right? So
Yeah,
for
okay.
example, if you have list of actions to show here, right? So again, there is a number of options can be done. The way you can do left, right, swipe, or probably even, I mean, in one time you show more than one window and so on. Or probably even you can think of categorizing into different things, or probably scrolling down and up. So a number of options or the way you could be done. And then probably you'll do some analysis or evaluation to determine which one is best, right? And finally choose the probably which one is giving the probably which is probably more usable or easy to understand for the user. Okay. So window design. So window were basically invented to overcome the physical constraint of the computer display. So they enable more information to be viewed and tasked. So can you give me an example of windows? I mean, how do you see? Where basically you have several actions to be performed, and probably you can see which one to select. So scroll bars, as you rightly mentioned, scroll bars within the windows enable more information to be viewed. It could be multiple windows can make it difficult to find desired one, right? So in that case, listing, tabbing, thumbnails could be one. So how about this? Often you may have seen, it depends on the setting as well. So earlier when you open any your browser, it shows the last set of pages that you have visited, right? Have you seen such interface?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that basically help you. So if you see, this is one window and it has a number of, you can say, the actions, which one to perform. So for example, if these are the recent openly pages, you can probably select which one you like and probably want. If not, then just probably search and probably get whatever you want to. So window design is, as you can see here, so it's the thumbnails of the top visited website and suggested highlight. So based on the different requirement of the person, you can use different window and you can list out different. So for example, how this happen in the mobile, what you show in a mobile window, what do you show?
Sir, we have to scroll down to see many other websites.
So in the mobile window, you show different applications, right? What are the different applications it has? Similarly, I mean, if you see at this interface, so now you might have seen, I mean, that it has different parts. This window has different parts, and you can perform different actions here. So for example, if you have to select a country, right? So one option, I mean, as you can see, you just show all the country here. So one possibility could be we just write down all the names in random order. Is it good?
No, sir.
Interface you are providing?
No, sir. We can put the search bar in that so we can get to the country which we want.
Right. So another thing could be just keep it in sorted order, right? I mean, so you know, I mean, but what is the issue with this? Even though you keep it in sorted order?
So the list is so huge, the user get frustrated.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and often, I mean, despite, I mean, there is clear boundary when A ends where B start. Sometimes it's when the list is A to Z, right? Sometimes it is hard to find which one is where A is ending, where B is starting, and so on, right? So how about can you do something like this? I mean, when F start, probably you have mark like this. Okay, F started, G started, S started. Do you think this is better than the previous one?
Yes. But say it cover the very large part of the screen.
Very true. So how about rather than this, we just show probably this part. I mean, only this part before F start. I mean, the only heading. So only G part when. So here we add that. In that case, will that make a better interface?
No, sir.
Yes,
sir.
We can use a tab like we
Sir,
can
it is
use
better
the
than
26
previous one.
alphabet in a list, and then we click on the particular alphabet and get to the names of the that countries which is related to that alphabet.
Okay. Okay. So by the way, did you look at the one of the posts I made on the Google Classroom? So we will be having quiz on the next Wednesday. So be ready, and the syllabus would be whatever has been covered after midsem. So that is whatever will be covered until next Monday will be the part of your midsem syllabus. Okay. So the next interface is the menu style. Have you used menu? And do you find it useful?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me an example? Where do you use menu?
So in the applications like Photoshop, video editing software,
Microsoft Word.
standard options are there.
And why do I mean the designer or probably the developer need to give
Because
the
it is better because we don't need to give options in the form of clusters.
Like
The
sir,
user can decide which option he wants to choose, and then further he can proceed. Whether
Exactly.
he
So
wants to
when
save.
basically a number of things can be done, when you have the list of option to show, or list of, you can say, the action can be taken. In that case, I mean, yeah, you need to group them in some way, right? So that's why, I mean, you can provide that option in terms of flat
The
list.
design also looks good.
Yeah, it could be drop down, it could be pop up, contextual, collapsible, and mega, and so on. So this is one of the example, right? So you have different sections, and when you select something, so different sections can be probably opened and so on. So it's more like when you select, then this particular menu will open up. This is one of the example of mega menu. So you see, I mean, can you see a lot of mega menu, right? I mean, if you select something, you'll see a list of options for every possible option and so on.
So it's either in the drop off menu or at the end of the web pages. Like that is this convention for this. So like you can find it easily. Like if in search bars, it's quite common to see such styles. But if you embed it in the standard menu only at the top, like if person clicks on home and he finds so many options, then it again leads to a more confusing design. So we need to be careful where we implement this kind of approach.
Yeah, sure. So have you seen any such kind of mega menu?
In shopping websites, or like
in
Flipkart
shopping
and
websites.
Amazon.
Why the shopping website usually have such a mega menu as compared to the probably others?
Due to large
categorize the products.
Large number of categories.
Currently, they are selling a large number of various products, so they have to have a mega menu.
Sir, even the Guardian uses it, like the news agency Guardian, because it has various news.
So for example, let me open a website. So for example,
the college website has this type of menu.
So for example, I opened the Nike, right? So what is your reaction to this interface?
There are different categories. Sir, it's definitely better than the mega menu. I mean the upper wala, but
No, sir, even mega menu works like in not in this case, but like Adidas website also has a mega menu.
Yeah. So for example, you are referring to, so say for example, if I open Big Bazaar. Okay, I'm not a user. Okay.
so you can try Flipkart. It has
Sir,
a
Adidas has one. Adidas India side has one.
So even you can see, right? I mean, it's a kind of. Okay, so Flipkart, right? Flipkart. Okay, I hope you don't see what I order. And okay. Yes, indeed, you can see all the, I mean, the mega option that you're getting here, right? So in a way, you have to see, and often you see, I mean, most of the mega option that you're giving, often in the last, right? I mean, even, I mean, all the website that you have seen, right? What do you think? So even I mean, this part you see, I mean, in the top probably you might have something else. Here in the probably in the top you might be having trending, or probably the male, female, whatever, probably the most popular. And in the probably the bottom you can give the mega menu. So the window management is in a way is a very essential thing, because it enables users to move fluidly between different windows, because you don't limit yourself to only one window, right? And why you usually the people not limited to only one window? Because you may have a lot of information to see. For example, one of your window probably is on Flipkart, another is window probably on Amazon, another window probably that you have is on, say, Snapdeal or something. Why do you need to have multiple windows?
Sir, comparing.
Because probably sometimes, I mean, one window may not able to keep all the information that you're looking for, right? And often, I mean, you may also want to do some comparison or probably something. In that case, you need to move from one to another. So a very good window management should be there in order to efficiently move from one window to another, and probably don't lose the context or probably the information. So how to switch attention between windows without getting distracted? So that you have to keep track, right? Because if the user get distracted by moving one window to another, because if the user have more than one window, it means he want to use all the information. He want to keep all. So if your movement from one window to another somehow distract the user, it means it is something not good, or something you have to keep track of, probably somehow to improve on. And the next part is design principle of spacing, grouping, simplicity should be used. So of course you need to have your groups in such a way that they look simple, easy to understand. There should be enough space and so on. So another example you can think. So for example, which term to use for menu option, front or bring to front? What do you think? Which of the menu option do you think is more appropriate?
Sir, bring to front.
Okay, why not front?
Sir, because like the website or wherever we are using, it's already like it may be clustered. So like instead of like filling it up with a menu, we can click on that menu to find the menu coming to front.
Right. So mega menus are easier to navigate than drop down option, because in drop down you need to select and so on. So in the case of mega menu, you can probably give a list of options. Based on that, you can select.
So what is the difference between front and bring to front?
So you can see here, for example, in this case. So if you use any, even probably on your Word file or something, if you create something, only using front may not give enough information to the user, or probably it may be ambiguous. But bring to front, I mean, here we are talking about this particular item and I want to bring it to the front. Just give me a second.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes. Yeah, so who had question?
So how the user can be distracted by switching the windows?
How the user get distracted by?
So could you please show the previous slide?
Wait a second. Yeah.
So second point.
So how to switch attention between windows without getting distracted? So in a way, I mean to say it should be smooth. For example, right now I'm showing slides, and the next probably I move to say Flipkart, and probably next I switch to another window, or for example something, right? So for example, course description. How smooth it is. Firstly, I mean, how smooth it is to move from one window to another. Another way could be, rather than just doing Alt tab, because right now I'm switching as a without much getting distracted, just use Alt tab and switch. One option could be, I first go, if I don't have this shortcut, right? One option could be, suppose I open this, I first minimize it and then open this. So number of clicks might be more as compared to probably just one click, right? So for example, if everything is kind of minimized, right? So one possibility could be just window D, get everything, or probably where you were, or probably in that case another possibility could be probably from this you first open this and then open that and then you wish. So if you do a number of things between moving between from one screen or one window to another, you probably lose the track what you were doing earlier, which is something you don't want to, right? So simplicity, I mean, the simple thing would be, I mean, just click a button and move to the whatever you want to. Does it make sense? So in a way, I mean, how you can stop, how you can minimize the stuff between one window to another. Again, so distraction again could be of different thing. So for example, so right now this window is probably the screen look like full, right? And if I move, I mean, for example, before moving to another window, it moved to circle, right? Right now it is kind of rectangle. Now it moved to circle. So another window is different. So it's very distracting, right? So that is what I mean.
So like we can use trackpad swiping gestures for this, sir. Like there are many gestures in Mac OS. Similarly, we can get some for Windows also. Like there are many in Windows also right now, but they are not as effective or smooth for the user to learn or to implement.
Exactly. And even in the Windows, you might have seen, even, I mean, in this window, you can basically extend the window. In that case, I mean, even though you look like this and you extended window probably go to some other side of the screen and you need to drag it here and there, right? Have you used that?
Yes.
And
sir.
sometimes it's a bit distracting, right? I mean, you need to find, okay, so where it has gone and so on. So you'll have to see, I mean, how you can minimize the distraction, any kind of distraction, once you switch between two windows. Okay.
One thing can be removing the abruptness. Like when you were changing the windows, it was changing like it was a very blunt action. Instead, adding some transition or making the process smooth as a continuous film or a reel that is going on, that will add to user experience there.
That's a very good example. That's very good examples. So for example, you have seen the videos, right? Or movies, right? So in the movie as well, there is always a movie is made of different shots, right? So 5-second shot, 10-second shot, 1 minute shot, and so on, right? So always when there is a change between one shot to another, in a way there is abrupt change, right? In a way there is abrupt change. How you can minimize that abruptly changing? So in that case, can we smoothing this? Similarly, if you recall, you might have done a slideshow, right? From one picture to another to another. Will you prefer I show one picture, just blank it, and then another picture, then blank it, and so on? Or probably you prefer one picture and then dissolve this picture and bring another picture, kind of smoothing the process from one picture to another. Which one you prefer? Again, I mean, that animation or probably the things can be of different types. That could be dissolved, that could be many other things. Have you seen some slideshow?
So it depends.
Right. So the next interface is the icon design, right? So icon are assumed to be easier to learn and easier to learn and remember than commands, right? And why this is so? So usually most of the commands are kind of, you need to remember its name is there, and probably, but icons are these days, I mean, more, you can say, the kind of object as well, look like an object, look like a picture, look like a, you can say, even very self-intuitive. Just looking at the icon, you can say, what does this mean? So icons can be designed to be compact and variably positioned on a screen. So it's basically now the pervasive in every interface. So be it any interface, you see some kind of icon there, right? So for example, in this case, you see a number of icons here. Here you can see a number of icons here, right? And so on. So be it like, so these days, I mean, be it any kind of interface, the icons are kind of one of the important part that you have. So it could be, for example, it could be represent the desktop object, tools, paintbrush, and even, I mean, you can provide the same for the cut, paste, and so on. Next, accept, change, and so on. So even the icons have changed significantly after it has introduced. So again, I hope you recall the Xerox Star days, right? When the Steve Jobs basically visited the Xerox office and got an idea and then introduced in his the MacBook and so on. So icon have changed since then. I mean, earlier it was black and white, now it is color, shadowing, even the photorealistic images, 3D rendering animation probably look like an object. So many designed to be very detailed and animated, making them both visually attractive and informative. And it could be highly inviting, emotional appealing, and so feel appealing. So can you recall the why do we need to emotion here in the icon? I mean, recall the last and the previous lectures. So for example, you made two just icons, and one is having emotion appeal, another is don't. Which one you prefer?
Sure, the one with emotional appeal.
Right. So that's why, I mean, just think about when we are building any interface, you should also think about the emotional appeal of. Similarly, I mean, whether it's attractive, whether it's pleasing, or whether it's visually looks good or not. So icon form, so the mapping between the representation and underlying reference could be, it's similar to a kind of picture, it could be analogical, arbitrary, and so on. The most effective icons are similar ones. So many operations are actions, making it more difficult to represent. So often use a combination of object, symbol that capture the salient part of an action. So in a way, you need to use icons. Okay. Okay, so anyways, my wife is cooking a very delicious food. I hope you are enjoying the dishes. By the way, how many of you love cooking? Anyone?
So your voice was lagging a lot.
Okay, is it lagging? Is it still lagging?
No, it's clear now. So can you repeat?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay, so I was asking, do you like cooking? Because there was a whistle. I mean, the pressure cooker whistle was blowing. I mean, so I thought, I mean, you are getting distracted with that. So that's what I asked. I mean, do you like cooking? Anyone of you like cooking? No one like cooking. Everyone just like eating.
Yes,
sir, I do. But only for
cooking
myself.
is a very good hobby, I would say. I mean,
I do like watching people cook.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I mean, again, I forgot. I don't recall the names. Some of the students from first year started a club called Salt and Pepper. I don't know if there are any founder here in the class. Salt and Paper. So they basically made a cooking club, and that cooking club will basically help you that to basically realize your dream. If you want to be a good cook, if you want to open a hotel, restaurant, and so on, probably wait a second again.
So they were from our batch.
So you are not audible.
So you were
Yeah,
on mute.
sorry. Yeah, I was in mute. Sorry, it was pressure cooker whistle again. Anyways, I mean that's fine. So yeah, so those interested, so please get in touch with Salt and Paper. And by the way, I also like cooking. So probably we can cook sometime together. I mean, we have next 3.5 or 4 years, and even you are most welcome after that as well. Yeah, we can cook something together, and we plan to basically have some food mela as well. So there as well, we can show our skills.
So do you like?
Sorry.
College photo.
I was asking, do you like cooking?
Okay. So anyways, let's get started again. So that is about icon. So you can see some icons here that you use in your laptop or probably on the mobile phones or even in the smartwatch or probably such gadgets that you have. So for example, if I ask you sketch a simple icon to represent the following operation to appear on a digital screen. Turn image 90 degrees side away, auto enhance the image, crop the image, more option. How do you show? How do you show the icon for those? And where to show? Do you relate with the Instagram filter?
Yes, sir.
Right? So for example, this, suppose you have a basic picture or something, right? So you can do a lot of, you can add these icons there. So often these icons should be, it shouldn't be like, I mean, you create an icon for everything, right? You cannot, because one thing you had in kind of menu, because you have so many options to show, and probably that's why you have the like menus, you can select drop down or probably several ways we have discussed. In what case and for what option we should consider creating menus, creating icons? Any guess?
So two type of icons which are uniquely distinct, like editing, image and sharing, they should be different, but the crop and all the editing tools should be inside the edit option, but sharing is not a type of editing. So sharing should be a different icon.
Okay. And
the most basic things, most basic actions.
Most basic action and most frequent, I would say, right? For example, whenever you take any picture and when you do editing, again, editing could be n type of things, right? There could be 100 types of editing in the picture, but probably one of the most frequent is the cropping or probably brightness, changing the brightness or something like that, right? So that's why in the Instagram filter, you can see, I mean, some options are provided. And if you want to go further, I mean, you can go to the menus and probably select all the direction that you want to perform. So there is a kind of wealth of resources for creating icons. Guidelines are there, style guides are there, icon builders are there, libraries, online tutorials that you should fully utilize. Text labels, and one thing I hope you have said, so earlier when we had the icons, often probably just people write the name. But now the people changing from the text label to probably having some icons which also has some meaning. So for the, for instance, like photo editing or the word processing, you can use hover over the basically the icons to understand what do they mean, right? Because sometimes it is not possible for you to write down, probably create an icon which is very, very self-intuitive. In that case, one possibility could be you can write down the name below the icon to kind of explain what do they mean. So if you recall, so earlier, I don't know if you recall, so on the desktop, when you have the My Computer, when you have the My Computer icon, there is a My Computer written below that. Do you recall that? Or it is before your generation?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So in that, but do you still see that? Do you still see that such thing happening?
This PC.
No,
Yeah,
sir,
exactly.
it changed to this PC.
This PC. And any just curious to know, I mean, do you know why it has changed from my computer to this PC?
Shorter
But
name.
PC.
Huh?
So just to make it more clear, because on my computer, maybe I own more than one computer. So like my computer can be a bit confused, like which computer is this? Like now this PC is like much clearer, like this is this PC, not any other PC.
So probably it could also be the other way around, that one computer can be used by multiple people. So it's not your computer, it is this PC.
Exactly. Yeah, again, so there could be number of interpretation and so I'm probably that could be I don't know, but yeah, I think it's good to explore. Okay, so the next interface is the multimedia. So that combine different media with a single interface with various form of interactivity. So that could be graphics, text, audio, video, sound, animation, and so on. So for example, user clicks on a link on an image or text. So another part of program started, or probably animation or video clip is start playing and so on. So user can basically return to where they were or probably move on to another place. So it can basically provide better ways of presenting information than a single media. And do you think, I mean, sometimes only one media is not enough? Or probably can you tell me the instance where you need probably more than one modality in your interface? So, I mean, it has pros and cons as well. So facilitates
Can you give the
rapid
one
access
example?
Yeah.
Can you give the like multimedia is like our laptop, like is having during the Zoom call there is a graphic interface, sound interface, and the mic interface. That's also an example. But like in a like single media, तो sir उसका क्या example होगा? Like phone.
Single media, I mean, just think of SMS, right? You want to do just SMS. I'll probably just compare with SMS. I mean, the early days SMS and probably the WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
In the WhatsApp, you can send anything, right? I mean, be it like any kind of multimedia. But in SMS, it's just plain text often.
So, sir, WhatsApp is an example of multimedia.
Sorry?
Yes. WhatsApp is a multimedia platform.
Okay, so the benefits are basically it can provide better ways of presenting information that can probably any media alone cannot do, or probably may not do justice to that. So it can enable easier learning, better understanding, more engagement, and probably the more pleasure. So that's why probably the people use WhatsApp more as compared to the just SMS. When did you do the SMS last time? Let me probably ask any random person. Abhit Rana, when did you send SMS last time?
Sir, I really don't remember. It might be 1 month.
Okay, so 1 month is not bad.
So we use it for bank work. Bank and the passport services send you SMSs. So
No, I mean sending SMS, receiving is fine. I mean the companies and everyone keep sending you.
Never sent an SMS.
Sir, I use SMS when someone have a keypad phone.
Okay, आज के ज़माने में कौन use करता है? But I mean there will be people.
जेई वाले करते हैं सर.
सर क्रेडिट कार्ड पॉइंट्स को रिडीम करने के लिए मैसेज भेजना पड़ता है.
I don't know, but do any one of you have your parents in probably army or something? They cannot carry the smartphone in their office if you
Yes,
have
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
In that case, they cannot use WhatsApp. I mean, many times it is not allowed. So anyways,
Yeah,
in
so
that
they're
case, they
not-
have just keep at very basic feature, QWERTY keyboard or something.
They're not even allowed to carry camera phones.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yes.
No smartphones. Okay, so that is again benefit and probably the cons for that. So this is one of such example. Okay. So the next interface you can think about virtual reality, right? So it is computer generated graphical simulation that you have. So it basically provide an illusion of participation in a synthetic environment rather than probably observation of such an environment. So have you seen such interface which having a virtual reality? have you seen or probably used any such interface which involves virtual reality? Anyone?
Yes.
Especially in what?
It's a games.
Xbox.
Especially in the Xbox or probably the games, right? Do you think it has benefit or probably the it can be used in other areas other than games? Definitely the games is very intuitive.
Simulations.
Zoom classes.
Simulations.
Zoom classes, very nice.
Yes,
So
so
how
you
you can
told us
use the
about
virtual
that.
reality in Zoom classes?
So you told us about that company that was having problems conducting meetings in Zoom, so they just all did it in a game.
Okay. So recently I've seen one example. So where what happens, they have conducted a virtual convocation. So for example, in your case as well, right? You graduated from 12th. So I don't know if the convocation happened for the 12th in your school. Does it happen?
No, sir.
Yes,
It
before
doesn't really
pandemic.
happen in India. I mean, we just get our results online and कुछ नहीं होता और.
So it happened in IIT Bombay, I guess.
Yeah, it happens in IIT Bombay. So you have seen, right? I mean, the person virtually coming, right? Rather than just probably the person. You can see even the chief guest virtually giving the degree to the person, and the person is accepting and then say greet the person and then walk by, right? So especially your final year seniors will be, I mean, missing these days. Yeah, because it's altogether a different feeling, right? So do you have any such programs in your 12th? I mean, after 12th school?
Yes, we had award ceremony.
Okay, so you must probably consider building such thing so that the next generation, juniors or probably others won't face this. So basically it helps you to create a highly engaging user experience, because I hope you can see, since it's virtual reality, you can interact with probably the environment, right? Or at least you can get an illusion of participation. It is highly engaging, and if it is highly engaging, it means it will be more add more user experience to the person, and he will enjoy more. What would be the drawback in this case? Any guess? What will be the drawback of using such interface?
So it becomes very nauseous for the user to use virtual reality.
Sir,
Yes,
we
sir. We can't
cannot
handle it for a long period of time.
We need a
Sir,
very
like
high
during the
internet.
discussion, there is also a might be confusion कि वो बोलेगा पहले या मैं बोलूँगा पहले. Confusion.
Okay.
Bandwidth needed will be too
Sir,
high.
also you need space, like you need a lot of space to be moving around and all of that.
Space, as well as you can say, think in terms of computational resources, right? And especially, I mean, you don't have that much computational resources if you are, for example, not in Delhi, probably in some rural areas, or probably the areas where you do not have good bandwidth. It also have probably effect on the healthcare. For example, you will get too much into the virtual world that you forgot what your real life is, right? So for example, game addict, right? I mean, you might have seen the people, they are playing probably 15 to 20 hours in a day game. I don't know if you have met such people, but there are people. So for example, let me ask you, I mean, which game do you like? And maximum how many hours you have played in a day? I mean, I mean the virtual game here. I mean the some game here. Anyone?
Used to
You
play
don't like
10
games?
hours. Used to play 10 hours during it.
सर अब कहाँ टाइम मिलता है सर, असाइनमेंट
Before
करते
college.
रहते हैं और फिर नींद आ जाती है.
Yes, sir. Before college
Sir,
starts.
सर
sir,
बिफोर
are you
कॉलेज तो
talking
8 आवर्स
about
तक होता था.
sports?
Yeah, I'm talking about some, even the sports is fine. I mean, but in virtual, I mean, in virtual mode or in some kind of digital environment.
Okay.
अब तो नहीं मिलता सर, पहले खेलते थे 5-6 घंटे आराम से पबजी.
Right. So yeah, so this is again one of the interface through which you can user can interact with your device, your system, and so on. So it can definitely have a high level fidelity with the object that can represent compared to multimedia. So it induces a sense of presence where someone is totally engrossed by the experience because you are engaging with the person, you are creating an illusion for the same. So it's basically a state of consciousness, the sense of being in the virtual environment, and it provides different viewpoints, first and third person and so on. So in basically the drawback could be, I mean, since if in case of VR you need to wear some head mount, right, and this may be uncomfortable, and that as well as probably it may be costly as well as compared to the other modalities that you have. It could also cause like motion of sickness and disorientation and so on. You may have headache and probably other issues as well. So now, I mean, since these are the issue, companies are working in this direction to improve on that. So they are building light VR based headsets. So for example, HTC Vive and many others, which can accurately do the head tracking and probably not creating a lot of, you can see, the motion sickness and other issues. So application area, as many of you rightly mentioned, it could be video games, it could be the card game for the social groups, therapy for fears, experience. For example, many people have fear of dogs, right? How you can deal with that? One possibility, kutte ke samne jaake khada kar do. Another possibility, how about, I mean, remove that fear virtually. I mean, moving you regularly, thoroughly, or probably gradually towards the different kind of dogs, and you basically get better while with them. So experience how others feels. It could be empathy, compassion, and so on. So enrich users planning experience to travel destination and other things you can think of. So polygon graphy basically use this avatars Vivid VR experience. I mean, in this way you can think of. So much research on how design safe and realistic VRs to facilitate training. And again, for example, flying simulation, because if you're learning, right, you cannot just directly put you into the cockpit and ask you, okay, fly. I mean, there are 300 passengers who are sitting in the flight, right? You don't want to do so. First, you need to do some flight simulation. So since I have observed that many of you have mentioned that you are attending NDA, CDA, and so on. Those who have gone for NDA or CDA, you might have appeared for PABT. Are you aware of what PABT is? Anyone?
Sir, test for flying officer.
Exactly. What is its full name?
Sir, I just don't remember it.
Pilot aptitude battery test.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, sir, commonly known as battery test only.
Sorry?
Commonly we call it battery test only.
Okay, could be. I mean, yeah, so I also wanted to go to army, right? I mean, Air Force, I mean. I went to, I recall, right? I went to Dehradun, I appeared in PABT, I really enjoyed the game, I cleared the game as well, but unfortunately, I could not go into the further rounds, but anyways, I really enjoyed that. And at least these are the way you can check whether the person is suitable or not. So even I still recall the rule, the person once failed PABT cannot apply again, ever. It's not like, I mean, you pass, you failed once, try next time like others. I don't know if this is still the case, but this is what I got.
Yes, sir, it's still the case. But I think it's wrong. We can develop our gaming skills or like pilot skills.
I mean, this is their policy, right? I mean, I agree with you. I mean, that's why, I mean, these days, I mean, even this year, right? I just heard that there are 4 JEE exams going to happen and they are going to consider best of 4. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that's why, I mean, you guys also asked me, okay, so we should have probably more than one quiz and just consider the best one of those. But anyways, I think I think we should give enough chances. I mean, we should give enough chances.
And sir, regarding the flying simulators, India now has one of the world's best class realistic VR simulators for army training. It has in Nasik, so they all are present.
Yeah, but there may be other complexity which we are not aware of. I mean, so probably we are not the right person to comment on that. But anyways, I mean, at least some of you have experienced that. So website design is early websites were largely text-based, providing hyperlinks. So basically they were concerned with how best to structure information, enable user to navigate, find the information easily and quickly. So nowadays, I mean, they have realized the people facing these issues, especially in the navigation and quickly finding the required details. So they are now making more emphasis on making pages distinctive, striking, and aesthetically pleasing. So need to think of how to design more information for multiple platforms, keyboard or touch, so that you can think of. So for example, if you open a website in a laptop, or probably will it be the same when you open in the tablet or in the mobile?
Yes, most.
Slightly different.
Slightly different.
Why you need to make it slightly different?
Because those are very different screen sizes. So
Exactly.
like the content that is suitable for a laptop is not suitable for a phone.
Exactly. So in a way, you don't have enough space, or probably the space resolution. If you're going to show everything, in that case, I mean, the font size will be very, very small on the mobile, right? I mean, you can barely see, or you can barely click something, right? So in that case, whenever you're building any website, it should be basically sensitive towards the different type of devices on which it can be opened. So that's why a thorough testing is required to check your website, how it will look like, how it will behave when you open on the different screen resolution devices. So be it like smartphone, tablet, or PCs. So usability versus aesthetics, which one is more important to you?
Usability, sir. But it can be dependent also.
You don't need aesthetics?
What is aesthetic?
So it means, I mean, if you see, I mean, there should be some trade-off, right? I mean, you cannot just, okay, so I'm going to have very usable system, but it looks very bad and you are not going to use it, right? And probably vice versa. You have very, very nice website, but it is not meeting the purpose I have, right? So always there should be a trade-off between that, and it should be highly usable as well as it should be visually good, or probably very good looking as well. So vanilla or multi-flavor design, so easy of finding something versus aesthetic and enjoyable experience. Web designers are thinking great literature. Users read alike, like Billy Bird is going by 60 miles per hour. So these examples basically in such a way, what if you have a website, can we quickly scan it and find the information I'm looking for? Or at least as a website designer, we want the people to probably focus on something. For example, if it is a kind of Flipkart website, probably you want to give information to user, okay, so some sale is coming, or probably there is a lot of, you can say, the discount on these kind of items, which probably you want to emphasize to the user, okay, so buy this. So for example, if Billy Board is there and if you are moving by 16 miles per hour, right? So if you have something like sale, free. So for example, I don't know if you have seen, I mean, if you've gone to Murthal for paratha, have you gone? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at least in college life we went many times. I mean, despite it is very far. So on the road, I mean, you find many such billboard, right? सबसे असली वाला मुरथल का पराठा सब वो लिखते हैं,
Yes, sir.
असली वाला यही वाला है. I mean, how do they grab these attention, right? So so I mean, something similar analogy you can apply in the website as well. How you grab the attention of your user who are scanning through the website, and probably even though, I mean, for example, I just opened the Flipkart or probably the Amazon and probably something else, but the Amazon's website probably grabbed my attention because it has mentioned, okay, so week sale or probably monthly sale, or so I don't know, whatever. So something you can think of. So basically need to determine how to brand a web page to catch and keep the eyeballs. How do people basically focus on that? So this is one example you can think of, where basically you want to buy something, you have the website, and in a way, I mean, you can make it very usable as well as aesthetically pleasing. So in your face web ads, so web advertising is often intrusive, pervasive. So probably this part we can cover in the next class since we are running out of time. So thank you so much. I think we can stop here and we can go for we can, yes.
Sir, like in the some previous slide, you told about pros and something else. So what is the meaning of pros on the next term? I don't remember what is that.
So pros is a you think of as a benefit. Cons is kind of negative thing. Pros is kind of positive thing about it.
Yeah.
Cons is more about negative.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So okay, who will be presenting today?
Sir, group 6_3.
Please tell your name.
Sir, Varun.
Varun Mutepur.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I made you co-host. Please share your screen. Who's the next group?
Sir, 4_8.
Kabir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kabir, I made you co-host. You can go next. Who is the third group?
So actually we had to present today, but I don't think we would be able to because one of our group members has to attend an urgent funeral today. So
I understand the person's limitation, but you guys can present whatever you have because I believe we are not going to have any additional time.
Yes, sir. So basically,
so whatever you have, just present. That's fine.
So he holds our PPTs.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I actually mailed you beforehand about this.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In that case, I mean, as I said, I mean, you may not give another time because all the slots are fixed. I leave it up to you since there is no marking. I leave it up to you. If you want to explain, I mean, even though you don't have slides, if you can explain in 5 minutes what you are going to work on, it's good. If you don't prefer, I don't mind. I mean, I don't have an issue. It's only for your benefit. Okay, so no issue. So, okay, so get started.
So, yes, sir.